Good morning, Ridgewood. We are joined today by Mr. Van Hise. Mr. Van Hise, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. It's good to see you. Why don't you start a little off by just kind of telling us what you do at Ridgewood High School and how you got to be where you are?
Okay. So I'm a I'm a math teacher, although I guess as of a year or so ago, I'm now a math/computer science teacher. So I started working at Ridgewood about 9 years ago. Came in as a maternity leave replacement, and then joined full time in the fall with a whole batch of new people: Adam Scavola, Joe Gillette, Christina Anderson, and Phil Nias. So we all kind of started at the same time. Um, and I've been working, like you said, about eight or 9 years. And the math classes I love, but about 3 years ago, the College Board introduced a new computer science class, a new AP class. And when it started, Monica Richardson had taught it, and she did a real big push throughout the school, tried to get a lot of people on board and a lot of students that we had a lot of interest in it. And she was telling us how, it was sort of an intro for kids who were new to computer science. I minored in it in college, but I hadn't really ever done anything with it since then. So I started looking into it. It seemed like a neat course, and then I heard Monica ended up taking her sabbatical for 2 years. So I went in and I talked to Greg McDonald, and I said, this course looks interesting. I'd like to look into it. Maybe take a few professional development courses. Maybe over the next year, look at it. And the next thing I knew, between Greg and Monica pushing, I was going to teach it in the next school year. So rather than having some time to sort of look at it and decide what I wanted to do, I sort of just jumped into the class. And it's a great class. It's sort of an intro to kids who are not experts at computers, who might even be new to all this stuff. And so it's just a great, comfortable atmosphere. We kind of learn all this stuff together. I am by no means an expert in any of this, but it's fun to sort of go through and discover all these different topics and work through them together.
That's awesome, man. I know a lot of the kids, have reported back to us. They've really enjoyed that class. And so I'm glad that you kind of took the reins and really ran with that. How have you been doing personally at home, and just how's these last couple months been for you, just kind of transitioning to the online environment?
It's been pretty good. I mean, at this point now, 8 weeks in, I think I've gone through the roller coaster of emotions, and have sort of leveled out and realized that this is sort of what it's going to look like for the next little while. So school-wise, things were starting to kind of come into place, and I'm starting to realize good ways to sort of plan the classes and what to expect of the kids. Personally, things are going well. My girlfriend and I just purchased a house in the fall. So we had lived together in a 1-bedroom apartment for 3 years. And then we just got this house, which is very nice. And then now, over the last couple of months, we just keep looking at each other and saying, imagine if we were still in that 1-bedroom. So we're very thankful that we've got some space to sort of spread out and, not feel so cooped up, I guess.
Any big projects you're working on?
Not really. Now that the weather's good, I've been.
It was move-in ready, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, the house. Yeah. Actually, the house. They took very good care of the house. I'm sort of learning how to do all this stuff as we go.
That's good.
Currently, we have a basketball court in our backyard, which would be great if either of us were big basketball fans, but we're not. So that's going to get replaced with a lawn, hopefully, not this summer, then next summer.
That's great.
Yeah, that'll be a big project, definitely.
That's great. Hey, Brian, what's something that the everyday person may not know about you? Something kind of unique, or something you might keep to yourself? Hidden talent, anything?
I'm a big runner. I think a lot of people I work with probably know that. Good number of people may have even seen me running around Ridgewood. That was something I was never really an athlete in high school. I did a lot of musical drama stuff, but I was not very active or very coordinated. So I kind of got into running a bit later in life. I think when I started teaching, it was a great way to sort of relieve stress. And it just ended up being something I really took to. So I started running a couple miles here and there with some friends, and then I had a friend encourage me to start running some half marathons. And now it's just sort of a great way to, especially now that the weather's getting nicer, a great way to get outside, sort of see some of the areas, not feel so cooped up. So yeah, when school's in session, sometimes I try to, as soon as, 3:15, if I have nothing going on that day, try to get outside and get as much sunlight as I can. But now that I'm home, it's nice. I can sort of plan out my runs a little better.
Nice. Is that are those your accomplishments behind you there?
Yes. We set up this office that I'm in, I think at the beginning of March, just kind of the way it is. And then when remote teaching happened, I ended up realizing I'm not showing off my medals. It's just what it happened to be. But it is nice, yeah. And it's a combination of mine and my girlfriend's. A few half marathons, a few 5Ks we did together.
Very cool. Very cool. Now I've got to ask, several years ago, you probably had the most famous hair in the building. How long did it take you to, what's that?
My Peter Frampton hair.
That's right. How long did it take you to grow that out?
Probably 1.5 to 2 years. I think I got to a point where it just stopped. It stopped growing. It kind of grew outwards rather than down. But yeah, I could never get it too long. I was always hoping to get it long enough to donate to Locks of Love, and I think they required a 10-inch cut, and I was able to get 10-inch just from the scalp, so it wasn't quite long enough.
Yeah,
but if barbershops continue to stay closed, I might come back in the fall with something similar.
I was going to say,
bring it back.
Yeah. I was going to say my quarantine haircut or lack thereof. I'm clearly not struggling with that with that problem. Well, that's awesome. So do you have any? I mean, I know there's a lot of uncertainty in the future, but do you have any big goals going forward with your running?
I ran a marathon this past fall. Which was great. I did it once and it was incredibly painful. And I don't know why people would choose to do it again or do it 50 sometimes. But yeah. Every couple years I've gotten together with some friends and we've done this race called the Ragnar race, which is like a 200-mile relay race where you get teams of about 12 people. So that's fun. You run a little bit of a distance and then you tag out and then you just go and cheer your teammates on. So that's always fun. We did one that went all the way from Miami down to Key West, which was just great. The weather was beautiful. So things like that would be fun. It's always fun to get in a large group and be able to do it than just running solo.
I'm sensing a Ridgewood High School Ragnar relay.
Ooh, that would be great.
The triple R. Nice.
We could just run around your basketball court lunchtime.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Van Hise, we're going to enter the lightning round here. You ready?
Okay.
All right. Coolest place you've ever visited?
Galapagos Islands.
Pi or Fibonacci sequence?
Ooh, Fibonacci.
Favorite television character of all time?
Ooh, Tracy Jordan from 30 Rock.
Nice.
I think
we lost you a minute there, Mr. Fabish.
You lost me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Invisibility or super strength?
Strength.
Nice.
Invisibility is what the evil choice, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. Go strength then.
First place you're going after the lockdown's over?
Going to see my family. Hopefully, we've got a little vacation home out in the Poconos, so hopefully I can see them and give them lots of hugs.
That's great.
Nice. And then if you could travel back in time to any period, what period would you go to?
Ooh. Oh man. I don't know. I'm getting I don't know. Give me some choices. Can I make this multiple choice?
I'd go back to like January.
Yeah, right. Deal. Done.
I'd go back to the 90s. 80s and
Yeah.
90s. I could appreciate it more as an adult, I suppose, than I did as a young kid.
Awesome. I agree with that.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Van Hise. It's great to learn a lot more about you. And like Mr. Fabish said, you're doing a great job in the school. The kids are really responding to your classes. So, we can't wait to see you back in September. And we hope you and your family stay safe.
Thanks. And thanks for doing this, guys. It's been great to watch. It's been great to see what everybody's up to. So thank you very much.
Of course.
Awesome. Thanks, Mr. Van Hise. I appreciate it.
Okay.